I mean, I'm not particularly patriotic. I'm not a Scottish nationalist or a British nationalist. I think that, I kind of think that, I feel that the UK has kind of been sort of dismantling itself, basically, since, the idea of Britain is gone, so it kind of went with the decline of, the post-war settlement. And
a lot of it you seem to blame on Margaret Thatcher, on a sort of deindustrialisation.
I don't think it is. I think that, the whole thing kind of is basically a historical process, but I think it, I think Britain was and is still such a class-divided society. I mean, you look at the kind of the miners in the Heath government. There was a definite sort of kind of class antagonism for revenge, and there's a definite idea of dismantling these old industries like kind of coal and steel and all that, and dismantling the union power.
But in a way, that's my point. That you've just mentioned class.
Yeah.
In a way, when you talk about Scotland and your hopes for a sort of renaissance and Scotland finding a path to a new.
But not just Scotland. I mean, I kind of want a better future for the whole of the UK. I want a better future for England, and I think that I just feel that. What is happening now is that the way the economy has kind of gone, the way that the political system has gone, it's ossified in a way that really kind of is only to the benefit of a very small number of people, and it's not really acceptable for anyone. And I think that system has to go. It has to be changed. And I think the only catalyst for change is for kind of constituent parts of the UK to start opting out of it. I don't see any kind of sort of Labour Party kind of real challenge to the establishment. They seem to be so much embedded into that establishment now.
When you talk about people taking responsibility, whether it be in Scotland or wherever, it strikes me, that's a pretty optimistic view of what human beings can achieve and the human condition. And yet so much of what I read in your work suggests to me that you also have quite a bleak view of what makes us human beings and what motivates us.
I think that basically, we are quite conformist. We go along with things. We put up with a lot, and we don't really want to change things. We just want things to be the same as they are. And if they get slightly worse, we'll kind of grin and bear it for a bit. Then I suddenly think every time it happens. I mean, it's happened in my generation with like punk and with acid house and these kind of things. It's like there's a sea change and there's a window of opportunity for interesting things to happen in politics and kind of and just in art and culture. And these things kind of rush through the door and they change and they energize. And I think we're on, politically, socially, I think we're on the brink of one of these eras. That things start to get interesting again. There's been a kind of dull neoliberal impasse for 30 years now, and we've got these austerity policies. And it's just not working. It's not working for the majority of people.